So, our first speaker of the day is Paul Einarson, CEO, CEZinc at Glencore. Glencore is one of the world's largest, globally diversified natural resource companies with assets in Canada, as well as many here in Quebec. Paul.
Bonjour tout le monde, je suis vraiment content d'être ici aujourd'hui. Thank you very much everybody, I'm very happy to be here today. Thank you to Joanne and the organizers for putting on this great event, and thank you all for being here. Thanks also to Sean for your comments today. I've been listening to Sean for over 20 years now speaking, and I'm always impressed by his insightful comments and perspectives, so thank you, Sean. As John mentioned, my name is Paul Einarson. I'm the CEO of Canadian Electrolytic Zinc. We manage the zinc smelter for Glencore in Valleyfield, Quebec. It's the only zinc smelter in northeastern North America, and along with the facility in Trail, BC, we're the two largest producers of zinc in North America. So we can truly say that here in Quebec, we are proud to have a zinc capital of North America in Valleyfield. I've been with Glencore now for just over 10 years, and prior to that, I was working on the exploration side of the business. So I've had the benefit of working through exploration cycles, development, mining, and I've even touched closed sites. So I've seen the impact that we can have on the overall economy and the importance, in particular, of the exploration and development cycle on our overall economy. See if I can get this to work here. All right. Glencore itself is a little bit different than some of the other companies. It's been based on the trading side. Its base has been on the trading side of things, but it's also been vertically integrated from exploration, mining, production, processing and refining, recycling, and into the trading cycle as well. We have a strong contingent of our traders here today. We're here to talk to you this week. We're here to do business with you. If you haven't already got meetings set up with us, please do so. And if we can't take care of you this week, we'll try to find a time to take care of you in the coming weeks. So please don't be shy. Reach out to us. We want to be interacting with you, discussing with you, seeing how we can help you, and seeing how we can do business with you. Glencore is uniquely positioned in this full cycle. We have like I mentioned earlier, we do have the recycling end of things as well. We're a miner focused on end results with a scale, with a large scale in a number of different commodity markets. We're looking, and this is something when I joined Glencore that I really noticed was a bit different. So as I mentioned, I worked in the exploration side of the business for 10 years. Joining Glencore, the first question whenever we looked at a new resource was always, show us the assays. How can we commercialize this asset? How can we blend this concentrate of the output for this mine into our current portfolio of feeds? How can we find a smelter within our own network or within the other smelters around the world where we can place this material? So it was a different perspective, a refreshing perspective, and it's something that we continue to follow through today in trying to find creative solutions to commercialize our different mining assets. We have a leading portfolio of critical minerals and energy necessary to meet the needs of today and tomorrow. Glencore produces, processes, and recycles critical and strategic metals essential to the energy transition, such as copper, nickel, zinc, palladium, platinum, cobalt, and tellurium. The energy transition is driving significant increase in demand for critical minerals in a sector where investment and the discovery of new resources are limited. This is why metal recovery and recycling is so important. We are Canada's largest diversified miner and supplier of critical minerals. You can see on the slide here that we're first in e-scrap processing, refined copper, refined palladium, mined zinc, and smelted cobalt. We're second in refined zinc, mined nickel, smelted nickel, mined cobalt, refined gold, and refined palladium, and also mined copper. It's third in Canada. We have over 100 years of history in Canada through organic growth and our various acquisitions, so we've had a very strong presence in Canada for a long time. We currently have over 9,000 employees and contractors across 7 industrial assets, and over the past 5 years, we have invested over $3.5 billion into the Canadian economy, helping to create more than $6.8 billion in added value and supporting more than 28,000 jobs. Glencore Canada's contribution are making a significant economic contribution to Canada. Our activities contribute to the stability of critical and strategic mineral supply chains in Canada, thereby reducing our dependency on high-risk imports. The goal here in Canada is to increase the circular economy and reduce our dependency on others. We have 3 metal groups, primarily in Canada: nickel, copper, and zinc. On the nickel group, we've got 6 underground mines, 1 smelter. We have 5 working partnerships with Indigenous communities, over 4,000 employees, and we're investing more than $2 billion to extend and expand our mining assets. In Quebec in particular, Glencore is the largest nickel producer with the Raglan mine. We're producing not only nickel and copper, but also cobalt, gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. An interesting note here, the Raglan mine is the first Canadian mining company to have signed an impact and benefit agreement with an Indigenous group. We signed that first IBA in 1995, and we've recently renewed it. So we are a leader in that space as well. On the copper side, we've got 2 metal processing plants, over 1,500 employees. We're processing over 110,000 tons of recycled materials a year, of which 50,000 tons is made up of e-scrap. We've got the only integrated copper value chain in Canada. We've got the Kidd mine, which is producing a copper concentrate and a zinc concentrate. The copper concentrate is going to the Horn smelter, which is the last copper smelter in Canada. And further along the value chain, we have CCR, which is the only refinery in Canada. As you know from the news, we're making major investments to update our copper cluster as well. So we're making investments across our commodity chain here in Canada. With the zinc and lead group, we've got 2 processing facilities, 1 mining operation with the Kidd mine, as I mentioned earlier, over 1,700 employees and contractors, and we're investing now more than $200 million to upgrade the CEZ facility. As I mentioned, in Valleyfield, we are the zinc capital of North America. It's a very important asset for us and also for the overall North American economy. So we're investing to modernize that plant. We're currently getting ready to replace all of our cells in our cell house in 2024, and we'll be replacing all of our overhead cranes in the cell house in 2025. At the same time, we're embarking now on a project to modernize our electrical infrastructure, replacing all of the transformers and rectifiers in the facility. We're also working on other initiatives like reducing our greenhouse gas emissions. We're already one of the cleanest zinc smelters in the world with respect to greenhouse gas emissions, but we're working to reduce that even further with other initiatives. On the recycling side of things, we've been doing this for over 75 years. We started with the Horn smelter in World War II, and we haven't stopped since. The demand for critical minerals driving the global energy transition is poised to outpace supply. To bridge this gap between supply and demand, we need to combine both primary and recycled metal flows. Glencore stands as a vital force in closing the supply chain loop as a producer, a refiner, and recycler of critical metals, and through its sulfuric acid production, a byproduct of its refinery process. We are Canada's largest final recycler of e-scrap and one of the world's largest recyclers of electronic products, with centers in San Jose, Rhode Island, and we're also working with major players from Silicon Valley. We're a major recycler of complex secondary copper, nickel, cobalt, gold, silver, platinum, and palladium-bearing feeds, and we're playing an important role in the circular economy and the growing EV market. Sorry, I missed that slide. On the sulfuric acid side of things, it is a byproduct of our smelters here in Canada. We've got 1.4 million tons of sulfuric acid produced annually, which makes up 33% of the United States' annual required imports. The Horn smelter and CEZ here in Quebec are the first and second largest producers of sulfuric acid in Quebec. It's a byproduct that's made by capturing SO2 emissions. It's very important from a circular economy standpoint. Just as a fun fact here, Glencore Canada sulfuric acid helps to produce over 1/2 of the US and Canada's drinkable water supply. So it's a very important element for our daily lives, even though it's just a byproduct of our operations. It's also important from a circular economy point of view. All of the lithium processors out there, the potential lithium projects that we have, will be requiring sulfuric acid to process their output of their mines into a sellable product. It's also very important in the battery recycling the industries. Will need the sulfuric acid in order to process the batteries into a reusable product. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the discussion here, we're here to talk with you. We've got traders in the room today. We've got a lot of meetings set up. We're happy to talk to everybody here. So please reach out to us. We're very much interested in speaking with you. I want to thank you for your attention now and wish you a very great conference. Thank you.